One of the things that stands us out as a show on Roaming Royal Media, which is Farmers Hub, is that we don't just bring the guests to the studio, we also come to their farm to see what they're doing. And today, we are currently live in Ekpe on Remma Farms. Remember, she was our guest last week. That is on our last episode. And today, we are currently on our pepper farm. Remember, she said something about saying pepper farming is more profitable than aquaculture business. And today, we are here to listen to her and hear from her if truly pepper farming is profitable, and to also learn about some practical tips that you need to do when it comes to pepper farming. If you want to start pepper farming, this is the video you need to watch, because you're going to learn a lot of things in this video. Olumide Afeez is my name, the host of Farmers Hub on Roaming Royal Television. Let's go and have a conversation with Karima, which is the founder of Remma Farms in Ekpe. Thank you.
Welcome to Remma Farms. My name is Karima Yusuf, the founder and operations manager of Remma Farms. This is our super habanero farm. This is one section. We have another section there, and we also have another section down there. We specialize in pepper farming. We consult for farms. We set up farms, and we are located in Ekpe, Lagos State.
As a beginner that want to start pepper farming,
okay.
So what are the things you want to get ready, get available before you say you want to start pepper farming?
Okay, the thing is, if you don't want to farm the way our forefathers used to farm, just like I said that day, you need to get yourself prepared. There are some basic things that you need, not even basic self. You need your irrigation system, which includes your drip line, your mulching film, which is used to retain moisture and also to reflect the sun. Since if the heat is going to be too much, it's going to reflect the sun back just to maintain the heat, to regulate the heat, and also to maintain, to reserve the moisture in the land. You need your drip line, you need your scaffolding and your water tank. Then yeah, basically just prepare yourself, get yourself prepared.
So, but you said something that you know, it is always good for someone to start small.
Yeah.
But you said if you are going to start small, start in a reasonable way. You said you will, yes, you said you will not advise someone to start with just maybe 50 or 100 stand. So now that we are in your farm now, can you tell us the reason why you said we should not start with something little as that? We are talking about 500 to 1,000 stand. Yeah,
the reason why I said a beginner should not start with like 100 or 50 plant stand. You might not have access to broad markets, because even those market people, they will not want to buy from you if you are having like 5 kg or 10 kg. Most of them, they buy from like 30, 50 upward. You understand what I'm saying? And also, if you are, the higher the quantity, the higher the profit. I don't know if you understand. You can't compare somebody. Just for us now, we have 4,500 on our 4,500 plant stand on our field, and we are using 2 tanks. And if somebody wants to grow 100 or 200 plant stand as well, you are still going to need this same tank, but probably a lesser one, which is going to be around maybe 1,000 liters. You need your scaffolding as well. But imagine we having 4,500 here, and we are still making use of this particular
resources.
And again, you have access to big markets. Even other farmers will want to partner with you, because they know if they don't have, you can be able to supply them. Then you have access to broad markets as well. Yeah, awesome. Basically.
I think that is
and also too, as a beginner, I would not advise somebody to start so much just because you have the money. No, you start small, then scale up, because you also learn along the line. I wasn't like this when I started, but right now I can say I've learned, unlearned, and relearned some things. So you just have to start small and scale up.
Okay, that's a good one. I think it's something that everybody that is watching this video, you need to learn a lesson from this. If you are going to start small, you start with a reasonable numbers, and at least for you to attract a bigger market as well too. So let's go back to our question. You know, so many people ask the question around what are the differences between the pepper? Some people said they know Rodo, you know, which is the normal one that we buy in the market, the local one that we buy in the market, but now this one is habanero. So now, what are the differences between the Rodo and the pepper that we have? We have the shombo, we have the bell pepper. Is there a way, maybe through the leaf or probably through the fruit, that one can identify that this is the kind of pepper that you are eating?
Actually, you know, they all belong to the same family, which is the capsicum family. But they are different with their shape and even with their leaves sometimes. Though chili pepper, that long one, chili pepper, is not very hot, but it's not as sweet as bell pepper. You know, bell pepper is sweet. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Bell pepper is sweet, but chili is not sweet, and it's not that hot, and it's usually long. And we have the local bell pepper as well. That one, they call it tatache. in the market. It's usually as big as bell pepper as well, but not the same thing. That one is local, while bell pepper is hybrid. And habanero, though habanero and chili, they have their leaves are usually alike.
Okay,
but you'll be able to
Shumbo.
differentiate. Yes, and
Okay.
this one, they are usually alike, but you'll be able to differentiate when they start producing fruits.
Okay.
Because you see the fruits being long, and this one is just like round and all of those things. And bell pepper, the leaf is usually broader, though it looks like habanero, but it's usually broader than bell pepper. And tomato is just so different from the other ones.
Okay.
It's usually taller, the leaves are not as broad as this, and they are long. They are kind of airy. I don't know if I should call it airy, but if you look at this, the stem,
not as
it's
smooth
not
as
yeah, it's not as smooth. They are usually like airy, so they are different. And the local rodo too is different from this. Local rodo too is hot, but it's not as hot as the hybrid. These ones are hybrid, like the Super Habanero, F1, Mawenzili, Piquante, Afaja, and all of those ones. They are hybrid, and they have. If you are familiar with pepper, and if even if you are not planting, and you are a buyer or a seller, and you are familiar with it, you'll be able to tell the pepper that we are holding. Because let me show you this one now. If you smell it, it smells hot and even has that aroma. Even when you are cooking inside, people will be able to tell that you are using something different, because it gives out that aroma and that spiciness.
So if I get you right now, they are in the same family.
Yeah.
All the pepper, but the shapes make them different from one another,
and their leaves.
Also the leaves as well too. And according to what you said now, even the outness too, sometimes they are hotter than one another. So now I think during the show you said you started with Mawenzili, but now you are doing Super Habanero now, if I'm right. So why the transition, and why do you leave Mawenzili, or probably why do you think Super Habanero is what you should be doing? Is it the market, or what informed you of doing that?
Okay, so the thing is, in our first cycle, we actually planted Super Habanero and Mawenzili, but more of Mawenzili. We had 1,500 plant stand of Super Habanero and 2,000 Mawenzili. But we noticed our own market, I don't know about other people, but our own market, they don't usually like Mawenzili, because the green is not usually as green as this. You know, this one is green. You can say this is a green pepper.
Exactly.
But that one is like, should I say lemon green or something? It's lighter than this, actually. And people don't usually like it. When they like to buy it is when it is fully red. When Mawenzili is fully red, they don't have problem with it, because it's also hot. Not as hot as this, but it's also hot and has aroma as well. But we have markets, we have broad markets for Super Habanero, both the green and red. People are ready to buy as far as they are mature and they are good. They are ready to buy. So that is why we are majorly focused on Super Habanero for now. But it does not mean that we cannot grow other ones. It's just that our market is not broad for it. So
now, as a pepper farmer, what are the things you are expected to do as a pepper farmer every morning when you get to your farm?
Okay, every morning when you get to your farm, you need to scout. Because as pepper farmers, even when we are not on the farm, our workers are usually here. In the morning, you need to scout. You check around. Is anything going wrong? Are they growing the way they are supposed to grow? You understand? So you scout. And sometimes when you need to fertigate or you need to irrigate, fertigation is method of giving fertilizers to the plant through drip line.
Okay.
We pour in the tank, then we give them through the drip line. So, but sometimes when you don't need to, like this morning now, rain already fell, so we can't irrigate again or fertigate, but we can still scout and be like, what is going on? Because when I scouted this morning, I was able to discover that we have this on our farm. But just imagine that I didn't scout and I didn't remove these ones. They are still going to affect the other ones. Even if you keep on spraying and spraying, it's not going to rectify the mistakes. But they are still going to affect the other ones that are on the field. So that is why regular scouting is very, very important.
So now, if I get you right, scouting is just you coming to the farm and checking around your plants, see which one is
you check your leaves.
The leaf.
You check the flower buds. You check on top and under your leaves, because those tiny insects, they usually hide on. See, okay, they are not here. They usually hide under the leaves.
Okay.
I'll try to check some for you. Currently we have trips fighting us on the field, so maybe we'll go to that other side and check. They will definitely be there. So that is when you'll be able to tell, okay, this day or this week, this is what you need to spray, this is what you need to give them, this is what is fighting them, this is the nutrient they need. But if you don't scout, there is no way you know those things. And those things will keep eating your plants until it gets to a point where you can no longer control it.
Thank you very much for that. So it is very important for you, if you want to go into pepper farming, to know that scouting is something that you should be doing every day. Don't say, I've done it yesterday, let me leave it to tomorrow. Now, we have stages in every crops. So I would like you to take us through the stages of pepper farming so that anybody that wants to go into it, we know that, okay, these are the stages. After I do my transplant, after I do my nursery, what is the next thing? What is the next thing before I will now start seeing the fruit? And how long will it take me to start seeing the fruit? And what is the gestation period, if there is any English like that in plants, so that maybe how long will it take them? That, okay, yes, they have gotten to the maturity stage, and how long will I harvest when I'm talking about pepper?
Okay, so basically habanero, or let me say pepper, aside from tomato, because tomato I think you can only harvest like once or so. It's not as the life cycle is not as long as the other capsicum family.
Okay.
But for habanero specifically, it can grow for up to a year or a year plus. That is, if they are still giving you fruits, obviously you wouldn't want to terminate your pepper plant if they are still giving you fruits. But if they are no longer giving you fruits, and you notice that maybe the fruits are reducing in size, you are not even getting like the inputs, you are not getting the output from what you are putting in. So it is just better to terminate. But pepper, if you want to grow pepper, they spend 4 to 5 weeks in the nursery.
Okay.
So by that time, they will be ready for transplant. And there are some things that you also notice as well. They will have 4 to 6 true leaves. Like the seedlings must have 4 to 6 true leaves for you to be able to tell. Oh, they might not be as tall as the other ones because they might not have the same growth rates. But you'll be able to tell that, oh, this is okay. The stem also will tell you that they are okay for transplant. So they spend, let me say, a month in the nursery.
Okay.
Then after you transplant, it takes 90 days. It might be less because when we started harvesting here, I think they were 8 weeks and 4 days old. When we did our first harvest, you can see that it's not up to 30, it's not up to 90 days. Okay. But their maturity phase, let's say 90 days after transplant, you should be able to start harvesting on your farm.
So, and you harvest for like a year and more,
as long as you want, as far as you have the space and they are still giving you fruit. Because it might even get to a stage where they are no longer giving you as much fruit as expected. But if you have the space, you can still leave them
and
use another space
for to start
another cycle, to start another batch. But if you don't have the space and it's not giving what is expected, just terminate and start all over. Yeah.
So I think that is a good one. So you've taken us through the stages now. So let's say as a beginner, I want to start. How much do you think I can start with the amount that I said that let's even do that rough calculation that, okay, I'm starting with 500 stand, but I have the land, I have my scaffolding, I have all. So how much do you think I can start with? Okay,
if you want to start with, let's say 500 or 500 to 1,000 plants. Let me say specifically 1,000 plant stand.
Okay.
You have your scaffolding, you have your water tank, you have your land. Things you need to get are just your irrigation, drip irrigation, to set up your irrigation system, which includes maybe you are using PVC or you are using lay flats and drip tape, mulching film. People that will set up the irrigation system, your staking materials, which is the bamboo and the twine. You started staking at that side, but we're not done with everything. So roughly, if you are going to be growing 1,000 plant stand and you have those things ready, for your agrochemicals, which are your fertilizers and your pesticides, I think 1 million should be enough for you
to do 1,000 plant stand.
Yes, so
if
far
all
you
those
have
things
those
are
things
available.
Ready. Yes, you get your agrochemicals, then you get your irrigation system materials.
So with this now, people will start doing calculation about return over investment. Like, okay, if I'm investing 1 million naira in this thing, and you said I will harvest for like close to a year, after 3 months when I start harvesting, what can be, let me say, averagely the return over investment if I want to make money?
All things being equal, you shouldn't get less than 13 to 15 ROI on your investments. 13 to
15%?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that means if I'm investing like 1 million, I should be able to get.
So I'm talking about least.
I should be able to get like maybe close to 2 million.
You can still get more.
Okay, I can still get more if I do the best practices that I'm supposed to do.
Yes, best agronomic practices. Because your one plant stand is expected to give you between 2 to 3 kg throughout their life cycle.
Throughout their life cycle,
one plant stand is expected to give you 2 to 3 kg. Okay. So just imagine that you're able to get 3 kg, let me say 2 kg from a plant stand.
From 1,000 stand.
And not all the 1,000 is going to survive. Obviously.
That's true.
Some might not even sprout, and on the field, some might even experience some things and they will die off. But let's say 800.
Okay.
So if you are getting 2 kg from a plant stand, and for an average price of, let's say, 3,000 naira, because I don't think right now super habanero can go for less than 3,000.
Okay.
Right now, I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's say you are getting 2 kg. That's 3,000 times 2.
That's 6,000.
So that would be 6,000 times 800. I don't know
okay.
how much that is.
That should be around maybe
2.4 or something.
million. Exactly.
Yeah, you understand.
Okay.
So,
That's true. So
but not every plant stand will give you that quantity.
So you can, I'm very sure people are doing the mathematics already. You can see pepper farming is profitable, as she has said in the studio as well too. So let's just go around the farm, and if you have any other question, we'll ask again. So let's talk about how do you do your scouting, and when you come in the morning, what are the activities that you do in the morning. So let's see how you do your scouting.
Okay, if you proper way of scouting, when you get to your farm in the morning, you check your flower buds. If they are still in their flowering stage, you check your flower buds. These are the flower buds. Can you see?
Okay.
You check if there is any insect that is affecting them, and these ones are actually looking healthy. You check on top of your leaves. We have nothing here, but obviously, if you are a pepper farmer, you can be able to tell that this leaf is not normal. Something is wrong with
it's getting
trips. Yes.
Okay.
We have look at this.
Now,
you can see that is why you need to check under your leaves.
Look at something that is
Trips,
moving, something small.
Yeah, they are not matured. They are usually black when they are matured. Let me check if I'm going to see anyone. They are usually black when they are matured. But maybe we'll go to that other side that is heavily harvested. So you check your fruits as well. Are your fruits growing well? Do you have anything affecting them? Just like the ones that I harvested earlier, that I removed. It's not like harvesting. I removed them because they were affected. So if you see anyone that is affected, just like this, you remove them. Because if you don't remove them, they are still going to affect the other fruits on the plant stand. And that is how it will keep spreading across your field. So you need to scout very well. You don't just stay on your field like this and be like, oh, you're looking around and you think you're scouting. That is not the proper way to scout. You check everything thoroughly. Though it's going to take time, but it's still going to worth it. Yeah.
So do you do anything around the irrigation? Do you check if there's blockage or something?
Yes, obviously we check. And the only time we can do that is when we are irrigating or probably fertigating. You just check around. Is there anywhere that water is not coming out? If there is anywhere that water is not coming out, you check what is going on. Is it like the drip line has, maybe it has cut somewhere or something? This is where my plant stand is, and this is where my drip hole is. This is the emitter, double emitter. So it needs to be where your plant stand is, so that your plant will not struggle to get water. You understand? Just imagine you planting here and your drip hole is here. You know, this plant will definitely struggle to get water.
Exactly.
So
So I would like to ask around, because I've seen so many people harvesting using different methods when it comes to harvesting of habanero. So now that we are on the farm, I know people want to know and ask questions at hand. What are the proper way for us to harvest that, you know, probably is going to help us to let it stay longer? And how long can habanero stay before they start decaying?
Decaying? Do you
or maybe
mean
getting
shelf
spoiled?
life?
Yes, after you harvest.
Okay.
After you harvest, let's say you are not eating it at the moment. So how long will they take with that before they start maybe decaying or maybe deteriorating or something?
If your pepper is matured and it is healthy, they can stay for as long as 2 weeks. The pepper that we harvested last week, we still have them at home, green. But green can last longer than the red.
Okay.
You know, when they are red, a lot of things can actually happen compared to, they are prone to a lot of infestation compared to green.
Okay.
But even red can still last a week or more on the shelf without spoiling.
Okay.
As
so how do we harvest now if you are to harvest? What are
if you want to harvest, the best way to harvest, you know, this one is mature, these ones are mature. That is why I want to harvest them. You can see these ones are not mature. You can tell from their flesh, very soft, and this is trips, mature trips. Can you see
that black one?
Yes.
Okay.
Those ones are still the babies, the ones I showed you earlier. So the best way to harvest is to remove like this, and you remove gently. You don't just be like you just want to remove and just go. You remove them gently, and you are meant to remove it with this, I don't know what to call it, this stick. You are meant to remove this, but it might happen. It will obviously happen when you are harvesting and you are only able to harvest like this without removing this. So if this is on your field, if you are able to harvest like this and you have this on your field, the best thing to do is to remove it. And why do you need to remove it? If you don't remove it, you know, this one has no fruits, but it's still going to be taking up nutrients. When you give nutrients to your plant, it will still take from it. So the best thing to do is just to remove it.
Okay. Now, where you removed this thing, is it is it possible another pepper come out from it?
Obviously, another pepper will come out. Another pepper will come out.
From that same node that you harvested?
Yes, another flower bud will come out, and that is going to give you another pepper. That is why we are able to harvest up to 2 to 3 kg.
Okay.
When you harvest, new ones will come out. You harvest again.
Yeah. Now I understand. I understand. She also talked about what we need to know about insect and disease infestation on pepper farming. Let's hear from her and see what are the diseases and pests that you need to look out for if you want to start pepper farming. We have a partner to Remma farm. We also have him here on the farm that is going to take us through the pest management. So we want to ask some questions. So thank you very much for having us on your farm, sir.
You're welcome.
What are the pests that affect pepper? She has taken us through what we need to know when it comes to business aspect of pepper. So, but now pepper is something that is very important. But there are some pests that also affect their growth and also can eat up someone's profit. So, what are the pests that affect pepper, and how can we identify the pests, and what are the things we need to do for us to maybe prevent or cure them?
Okay, we basically have 2 types of pests that affect pepper, and one of them is thrips. Majorly, thrips affect pepper a lot in this southwestern part of Nigeria.
Okay.
And one of the way you can identify them is because thrips are visible.
Okay,
if
you
they are
can see
present,
them.
yes, if they are present in your farm, you can easily see them at the back of your leaf.
Okay.
By just take one of the leaf, you can see them. Now they are not here.
Okay.
But if they are there, you can see them. They are tiny insects, so you can easily see them. But we have a lot of pests as well, like broad mite. You can't see broad mite. You can't see it with your naked eye. So
Okay.
one of the reasons we know is from the symptoms the plant will give. And we have different way of preventing and curing them.
Okay.
So one of them is using biological method. Another one is using chemical method,
Okay.
which is that's why we call it IPM, combination of 2 different methods
Okay.
to control pests. So one of the very active ingredients that work very well for thrips is lambda cyhalothrin. So any insecticide that has a lambda cyhalothrin and imidacloprid work very well. And concerning the mites, we have different type of mite as well.
Okay.
We have broad mite, we have spider mite, different. But one of the active ingredients that work very well for spider mite is ivermectin.
Okay.
So when you want to buy a chemical, you don't look at the name of the brand alone.
Or how beautiful it is.
Yes, but what as a farmer, as a professional, what concerns you most is the active ingredient in that pesticide. So you know, okay, what you are fighting with this pesticide really work for it. You can maybe, if you are having maybe caterpillar now, maybe caterpillar is stopping you. You can be using some pesticide that will kill thrips. Actually, there are some that actually work but there are some that work perfectly.
Okay.
That's the difference between being a professional and also we have fungi disease. This is example of fungi and bacteria disease. This look at this leaf.
Okay.
This is example of leaf spot or early bleat. So leaf spot is majorly caused by from the sand. Maybe if there's excess rain and the rain is splashing soil sand
on the leaf.
Yes, on the leaf. So
Okay.
that's why it's not actually good to be irrigating your plant from the head like this, because it will be splashing the sand from the ground to this. So you can fungi is not something you can see, but you can only feel the impact. You can't see them.
Exactly.
So then we have method of combating them as well.
Okay.
We have biological way and we have a chemical way. One of the biological way, we have trichoderma is a biofungicide. We have, instead of fungicide is just like a chemical that kills fungi.
Okay.
But we have a biological fungi. That biological fungi is a fungi on its own. It's just like maybe rat is disturbing you at home and you buy cats.
Okay.
To feed on
That's why
them.
you call it biological method now. Okay.
So it's not like it's a fungi on its own, but it's a beneficiary fungi
that will feed on the one that is affecting you.
Yes.
Okay.
And we have some fungicide that they will have to kill the
The
fungi.
Okay.
And this is one of the fungal attack as well. This is very, very, because this one eats your produce. Because the reason why the reason why all the farmer is because of profit, and this is your profit. Now imagine you suffer with labor to all this, and after the fruit is come out, the fruit is fine. You can see some fruit that are actually very beautiful. They even ripe, and before you know it, they have dent. Any small dent on it, this one, you can't sell this one again.
Nobody will buy it.
Nobody will buy this. And this is an example of it. This one is already spoiled. So that's why we use both biological and
the chemical
way of treating them. If you came here about 2 weeks ago, this place you will want to weep, because this place is already down because of excess rain. Like for about 4 weeks we keep having continuous rainfall.
Exactly.
Rainfall might be a blessing, and as well it can be a curse. So too much of it is not good. It spoils a lot of it, cause we have a lot of fungi attack, and we are not able to even spray, because we can't spray every day. If you spray like this, maybe 1 hour later,
that's just a waste of money.
Just a waste of chemical and this thing. So by now I think we are, because the rain has already stopped a bit, so we are already treating them, and they are
going back to normal.
They are going back to normal. You can see their new leaves are coming out,
and the flowers
new fruit, new buds.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much. Starting up your pepper farming, what are the challenges you faced, and when you even started, what are the challenges that you faced, which you think you want to advise people that want to start to look out for some of those challenges as well too?
Okay, initially when I wanted to start, it was funds, lack of funding. But along the line, pest infestation, disease and pest infestation became my major challenge.
So, but how have you been able to overcome them? What are the things you do that, at least even if you are yet to overcome all, what are the things you do to overcome those things? Just
like I said earlier, the best way to prevent, you can't totally prevent it, but the best way to mitigate is just to scout your farm regularly. When you scout, you'll be able to tell what is going on and what you are going to give. I can't specifically tell you to spray insecticide or spray fungicide, you understand? It has to do with whatever is going on in your farm. If you have fungi fighting you at that moment, I can't ask you to spray pesticide. So it depends on what is going on your farm. So what is going on in your farm decides or determine what you are going to spray or you are going to combat it. Is it spraying? Is it because sometimes we also drench.
Okay, what's that?
Sometimes when we have fungi attack, like fusarium wilt or bacterial wilt, we drench the soil using biofungicides. We use biofungicide, we mix them in our knapsack or any container. Then you drench the soil, you pour it directly to the soil, just to fight what you have inside going on.
Okay, so now what would be your message to young people that are looking at starting something in agriculture? And you know, as you said pepper farming is more profitable. Let me say it's not that capital intensive to start compared to aquaculture. So now if you are looking at advocating for people to come to pepper farming, what would be your message to them?
My message to them is pepper farming is profitable, like I said, but just make sure you know what you want to go into before you go into it. The way I'm saying pepper farming is profitable, some people are actually pulling out of the business because it has not been profitable for them. So make sure you know what you want to go into, so that when you go into it, when you encounter challenges, you know how to face it, then how to overcome it. So basically, just acquire the knowledge, know what you want to go into, and success is yours. So
doing farming as a core member, how have you been able to mix the two together?
Yeah, it has not been really hard because my PPA is also a farm.
Okay.
Here in Lagos State, my PPA is a farm, so it has not really been hard. It's just majorly of what we do here as well.
Okay.
That is what we do there. Okay.
And it's a wrap on our farm exploration on Farmers Hub on Roaming Royal Television. I want to believe you have learned one or two things about pepper farming. And I believe when Karima said pepper farming is profitable, now I know yes, because according to what I've learned on this farm today, he said at least you can harvest close to 2 to 3 kg on a pepper stand. Do the mathematics. If you have 1,000 stand, that means you can make a lot of money when it comes to pepper farming. If you are looking for a business to start, if you are a new entrant, or probably you want to scale up your business and diversify into other things, I will advise you to go into pepper farming. But before you go into pepper farming, you need to learn about it as well. And if you want to learn, you can meet Remma Farms. They are going to definitely put you through and guide you. But trust me, it is not free, because there is no free thing in Freetown. Olumide is my name, the host of Farmers Hub on Roaming Royal Television. Till I come away next time on another farm exploration on Farmers Hub on Roaming Royal Media, I say bye-bye and God bless.